where I want to take my next meeting? Is this where we want to take our convention, our conference? Are we going to work together collectively to be a team? Because teams do win when teams work together. But you're the leader. And if you're the leader of your business, then you have to get that teamwork out of your head because you have to be responsible. You are the coach of your business, not a team member. And as a coach, you've got to make sure that you put each player in their right position and that each player knows their responsibility and their numbers. Women think that sometimes football is stupid or football, I don't understand it. But you know, football, as a football coach, I think it's so simple. You got 100 yards. The middle of the field is called a 50 what? 50-yard line. You got an offense, you got a defense. Now the numbers we give people, the guy who's over the ball and in the center, both on offense and defense, we give him half the numbers that are on the field. We give him the what numbers? Hello, folks, played football. We give him the 50 numbers. You step out a couple more yards this way, and there's a guard. So what numbers do we give him? 60s. 60s, right? You step over one more slot. What's the numbers? 70. You step over one more and you're in 80s, okay? You go to the backfield and you got 2, 3, 4, and then 0 to 12, right? Quarterbacks. That's in the backfield. So they give you a number, and your number designates your responsibility. If you're 70, you're a tackle. And the tackle, when people come, you're supposed to do what? Tackle them. If you're 80s, you're an end. And if you're an end, you're supposed to run out and catch the ball. That's what you do. See, numbers. They made it simple because they know football players are not smart. They give you a number and your responsibility. What we lack sometimes is a number and our responsibility. But as a coach, you got to give people a number and tell them what their responsibilities are and then ask them to perform the task that goes with the job. That's what it is. But today what we do is we don't give people a number. We don't give them a responsibility. We don't give them a play sheet. And then we're mad because they don't succeed. Because the play, you didn't give them a play. You didn't give them a number. Get together as a team and be the team leader. And that's what it's about. I know what leadership is about. Here I was, head football coach in a high school. First time I came up against a rough team, we were down by 6 points at halftime. I go in the locker room. My team had never been down by 6 points at a halftime. What do? Do I do like coaches that used to teach me? Do I smack the players upside the head with the clipboard? Do I holler and curse at them like we used to do in football? They did it to you, Lamont. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. No, we don't do that. I was an English teacher, a biology teacher also. So at halftime, I went back into the locker room and I grabbed the Alka-Seltzer foaming tablet out of my briefcase, waiting for this moment. Put it in my mouth, drank a little water, waited for it to start foaming. Came back out, foam was coming out my mouth. I was trying to talk to people and spit was flying. Kids thought I was having a stroke. They looked at me like, oh, Kilts is going crazy. I stood in the locker room, much as I could talk with spit flying. There's no I in team. There's no I in team. I got louder and louder. There's no I in team. I had a fullback, 6'2", 225 pounds. Boy could run like the wind. We didn't study the effects of concussion back then. So see, wasn't my brightest apple, okay? He got beaten up a lot. But he stood up and he looked at me and said, Coach. I said, yes, son. He said, no I in team. Boy, I was so proud. Yeah, I said, yeah. But he said, hey, Coach. He said, is there an I in win? I said, yeah, boy, there's an I in win. He said, well, if you give I the ball, we're going to win. And he was right. Your success of what you do depends on how much you want to do as that leader. Think of yourself anymore as not a team player, but a captain and a team leader. When you step out front, people are going to probably throw stuff at you sometime. That's the way leadership is. And when you turn your back, Even your own friends will try to trip you up on the way to the goal line. That's the way life is. But take big steps, take bold ones. Remember, this is something you decide to bite off. We didn't go out and catch you with a net and bring you back and say, this is what you're going to do, okay? This is something you chose to do. So if you chose to be that, be the one who's out in front and communicate with people that you're working with, and that's how you build your team. Ask questions, ask questions. Ask all the questions that you can. Get people involved. It's not what you know, but it's what they want you to do for them. And when you realize that you're only an instrument, you're only coaching those who want to be players, then that's when you're going to be successful at what you do. So say with me these words here. The best team doesn't win nearly as often as the team that gets along best.